Hey free-to-play gang, welcome back to yet another TEVOR video. I know there's so many TEVOR videos out there right now, but what you're looking at is all three different Dislyte lands by Bravel. If you don't know who he is one of the top players in the game, so huge shout out to you for sharing these clips with me. Now the reason why we are talking about TEVOR again is because there is one very big change in TEVOR's kit, which most people are not okay. I mean, like we already know how much damage he can do in PvP. He's doing insane levels of DPS. He's dealing like 1.5 million AoE damage, which is insane. Anyway, with that aside, one thing that people are not seeing is that R6 TEVORs are incredibly insane, and that's the reason why you are starting to see Dislyte land scores being like 100 million plus, right? So you will see some players right now with 100 million scores. And the reason for that is because of the R6 in TEVOR. So there is a change in how his R6 works right now. I can't really recall what it was in the past, no one gives a shit anyway. But right now it is extremely broken. So whenever one of your allies attack, TEVOR will pursue with his first skill. So whenever, let's say you're running Dislyte lands with Ira for example, and you have the Rising Garment's Watch buff on any one of your allies, whenever one of your allies attack, that is gonna push the Rising Garment's Watch AP by like 15% or something like that. But at the same time, because TEVOR pursues with his first skill, that also double counts as another turn taking for some reason, and that also further pushes Rising Garment's Watch buff by another 15% AP. So it is a spam fest with TEVOR here. TEVOR just throwing out a lot of turns for the entire team and TEVOR attacking like crazy. And that is just the first part of why TEVOR is so broken in the Dislyte lands right now. Another reason why he is insane in the Dislyte lands right now, and as you can see, we are dealing a ton of damage with TEVOR. And that is not a surprise because he has 3 new debuffs that can bypass debuff prevention measures. So for example, in Dislyte lands, we all know that we cannot debuff the bosses, right? This is basic knowledge. This is what makes Dislyte lands difficult. But yet, TEVOR on the other hand, he has an inbuilt mechanism that allows him to triple debuff the boss and at the same time reduce the boss's defense by 25% because this is a PvE content. If it's PvP, it will be 60% defense reduction. But furthermore, because the boss also has the green swirling nickel analysis thing, the boss is going to take an additional 600% of TEVOR's attack in true damage whenever TEVOR attacks, which is an insane amount of DPS because TEVOR is pursuing like crazy. And like what I initially thought about what his passive would do, whenever he pursues, he's going to land another stack of true damage again. So if he attacks with his third skill, he will then pursue with his first skill if the enemy is not dead, and bam, there's a good chance that something magical will happen. You will double proc your true damage onto enemies. So if you're attacking an enemy and for some reason your true damage doesn't kill the enemy immediately, like you did like 60k, your pursuit with your first skill will actually land another 60k, which is like freaking disgustingly broken. But like I said, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So R6 TEVORs are just incredibly broken right now. You can see that the damage that he's dealing, a big chunk of it is obviously because Bravel's TEVOR is just built so well, but the second half of it is because at R2, he does not need crit at all, so it's extremely easy for you to build him. You just go crit damage, attack, and maybe some speed, and maybe accuracy? Yeah, accuracy as well so that you can AP reduce. But for the most part, that's just for PvP. So in PvE content, you just need to run him with a lot of attack, a lot of crit damage, and I think that's about it. You don't really need too much speed in my opinion because he's always going to pursue, and he's always going to land those extra huge nukes as well. So that's like insane. He's like Brewster on another, like on a triple level, basically. Brewster's R6 is really strong, but TEVOR's R6 is like Brewster times 2. So right now he is extremely broken for Dislyte lands, and he is going to be broken for every other content because of the pursuit attack. So he's going to be extremely good in Chronos, he's going to be extremely good in, especially in Fafnir with all the extra pursuit attacks. He's like essentially a Hall on steroids basically. And for APEP, he might be pretty decent if you have a defense breaker and you can nuke the boss very fast. Mostly just to reduce the number of turns that you need to take down the boss. But I think for just basically all content, R6 TEVOR, insane, extremely insane, unthinkable. Anyway, that's it for this really quick showcase. Anyway, I just want to let you guys see what the typical TEVOR team looks like in these Dislyte land comps and why they are hitting such crazy numbers as well. Anyway, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Dislyte content. Now with that said, this has been Free to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video. And once again, thank you to Bravel for sharing these clips with me.